For me, I'm going back to reliable. Chicago under 43.5 at Minnesota. Justin Fields unders 10-4 in his career. When the total is above 43, perfect 5-0. He's just not a good quarterback. They're trying to hide him. They're going to run the ball. Minnesota, I mean, Minnesota hasn't exactly been a world beater in this new O'Connell offense. You know, they put up 23 against the Packers. They struggle against they're the only team to have like a prolonged stretch of struggling against the Lions defense. Well, I guess aside from the Commanders that half, but you know, they struggled against the Lions defense for even longer than the Commanders did, which is not a great sign. So, and I think you could get a little sleepy version of the Vikings. You know, I know it's Kirk Cousins at 1 p.m. or whatever, but we're not talking about the spread. We're talking about the total. And, you know, they're coming back from London here. You know, opponent that you're not really going to, look at too crazily, even though it's in the division. Minnesota's averaging 21.5 points per game. They're allowing 20. So that adds up to 41.5. That's under this total as is. And they've played, better. They played Aaron Rodgers. They played the Lions defense. They played decent. They played the Eagles offense, and their average total is still 41.5. And then you have Chicago, they're averaging 16 points a game. They're allowing 19.3, and they're running more than any team we've seen in the modern era of football. So there's a lot of ways that you could get under this one. And, those Bears unders have generally been in the, 38 to 40 range. So, and now we're getting like 3-4 points just because like this Vikings team that's averaging 21.5 points per game, even though they played the Lions already. I don't get it. So.
Yeah, I actually might play the Bears here. We've only seen teams come back from London and not take a bye 5 times in NFL history, come back from Europe. And every one of those teams was either tied or trailing in the fourth quarter, 2-3 against the spread. 2 of the 3 favorites lost straight up. This is a lot of points for a low-scoring game in a divisional game, and a bad spot for this Vikings team that I did not think handled the travel well with this young staff and how they went to London and then how they came back. I think that's really going to hurt them this week, more so than maybe the Saints. And I think this could be a big Khalil game. The Vikings run day, 29th in rush success rate, 26th EPA per rush. Get Fields running a little bit here too. That's all the Bears can do. I think in our company fantasy, I have Cole Kmet as our tight end. I don't think he exists. But I think they can have success running the ball here. And this is in a good spot for the Bears. I think too many points in what should be a low-scoring game, because I agree with your under angle.